Welcome back to Muffed, a year with real value. We'll dig in. Muffed! Patrick Mahomes finished 2025 as the number 11 fantasy quarterback in total points, but the number 4 quarterback in points per game among guys who played at least 6. That gap is the whole story. When Mahomes was on the field, he was a top 5 fantasy quarterback. He just wasn't on the field for the full ride. Through the first half, he was the betting favorite for a third regular season most valuable player, riding a revamped weapons room with Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Travis Kelce. Then the second half got muffed. The interceptions piled up, the Chiefs cratered to 6-11, and a torn ACL and LCL against the Chargers in Week 15 ended his year and Kansas City's 10-year playoff streak in one afternoon. Now let's dig into the numbers because they explain that per-game ranking better than any narrative can. Mahomes averaged 20.4 fantasy points across 14 starts on a high-floor, mid-ceiling profile. He cleared 20 points in 8 games and dipped under 13 only 3 times. The rushing line is why that average held up, 422 yards and 5 scores on the ground, a career high born of a thin running back room, forcing him to keep plays alive. His passing expected points added was plus 68.2 and his rushing expected points added plus 29.2, but his completion percentage over expected sat at plus 0.1, league average, and the next gen stats version graded him at minus 3.1%. He was missing throws he used to make in his sleep. 11 interceptions in 14 games, 9 of them in the second half, is the cleanest evidence of the slide. The ceiling weeks were 4 touchdown explosions against the Ravens and Cowboys, both north of 27. The floor weeks, 6.3 against the Texans on a 3 interception day, 10.5 in Buffalo with 0 touchdowns, were the warning lights. The one play that captures the season is the Jacksonville pick 6 in Week 5. 2nd and 3 from the Jaguars' 3-yard line, tie game in the third quarter. Mahomes throws a short middle ball intended for Smith-Schuster. Devin Lloyd jumps it and takes it 99 yards the other way. Minus 12.7 expected points added on a single snap. That was the year in miniature, a red zone trip that should have been 6 turning into a swing the other direction, the compounding mistake Mahomes himself flagged on the tape. The per game rank says the talent was still there. The total rank, the 11 interceptions and the torn ligaments say 2025 was the year it all caught up at once. Muffed! Mahomes was a top 5 fantasy quarterback per game and number 11 overall, an efficient rushing juice floor undone by missed games in a brutal turnover stretch. The clearest weakness in the data was red zone decision making. 9 of his 11 interceptions came in the second half, and the worst were thrown inside scoring range, turning would-be touchdowns into negative point swings. That's Patrick Mahomes' 2025. One quick note, if you want the same treatment for every player on your fantasy roster every week, head to muff.ai and we'll build you a custom weekly show. That's the wrap.